Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. JCF mourns death of cop killed in St. Thomas car crash. The Jamaica Constable Force JCF has been plunged into mourning once again, this time following the death of a police constable in a traffic accident in St. Thomas on Saturday. The deceased has been identified as Constable Kemar Nelson of the Specialized Operations Branch. "We are heartbroken and saddened," the JCF Federation said in a message to members announcing Nelson's death. "Sincere condolences to his family, colleagues, and friends." Reports are that about 9:45 p.m., Nelson was driving a Toyota Probox motorcar along the Morant Bay Main Road when, while in the process of overtaking, he lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a wall. Nelson, along with 3 other occupants of the vehicle, sustained serious injuries and were rushed to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where he died while undergoing treatment. The others were admitted in serious but stable condition. The Morant Bay Police are investigating the incident. Nelson is the 3rd policeman to have died tragically in as many weeks. Constable Brian Martin, 22, was murdered at a wake in Frog City in the Maxwell Park community in St. Andrew on October 15. 5 days later, Corporal Oliver Mullins, Jr. was killed in an exchange of fire with a gunman in Trenchtown. Exsoldier suspected of committing suicide in St. James. The Adelphi police in St. James are investigating the suspected suicide of a former Jamaica Defense Force soldier on Saturday. The deceased is Anthony Willocks, 26, of Adelphi Land in Somerton, St. James. It is reported that about 9:30 p.m., the police were called to an abandoned building in the community where Willocks' body was found. It is revealed that he had sent videos of himself with a piece of rope around his neck to a relative and expressed that he was feeling depressed. The relative recognized his location and hurried to the abandoned family house where Willocks was found suspended from the rafters. The body was removed from the scene after the police arrived. Williams urges parents to send their children back to school at Oberlin High. The Minister of Education and Youth, Favour Williams, is pleading with the parents of several hundred students who have not attended classes at Oberlin High School since last Wednesday to send them to the school on Monday. The students have stayed home since several of their peers were bizarrely affected during a devotional exercise at the school, which is located in Lawrence Tavern in West Rural St. Andrew. Videos have circulated of the affected students, some crying, others foaming at the mouth, and of some being taken for health checks following the incident. The development prompted Williams to state that her ministry had launched a probe to help determine the protocols for how devotions are conducted in schools. In a statement on Sunday, Williams said normality has returned to the school, and last Friday there was an atmosphere of calm and all categories of staff were present. Fewer than 100 students of the approximately 1,500 student body turned up for classes on Thursday and Friday. Nevertheless, teaching and learning took place with those students who were present. Devotions took place earlier without any eventualities. She is urging parents not to miss the opportunity for their children to continue with their education. The minister also said the ministry's regional team will be at Oberlin High School to meet with board representatives, the principal and student welfare team, to chart the way forward and to discuss the events of October 26. Together with our students, parents, teachers, the staff, the board and other stakeholders, Oberlin High School will thrive and prosper despite an unusual occurrence. Let us get back to school, Williams said. Curfew imposed in section of St. Thomas and Kingston Eastern Division. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of St. Thomas and the Kingston Eastern Division. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Sunday, October 30, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Tuesday, November 1. The boundaries of the curfew are as follows. North, starting at the Bob Marley Beach at the mouth of Cane River, extending northwesterly to the Cane River Falls community. East from Cave River Falls, a line running easterly through the Gibson Hill to end at Upper Cambridge Hill Road. South from Upper Cambridge Hill Road, a line running southerly to the end of the new South Coast Highway. West from the South Coast Highway, a line running westerly along the highway to end at Bob Marley Beach. Individuals within the boundary of the curfew are reminded that during the hours of the curfew, they are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized in writing by the ground commander. Tropical storm watch in effect for Jamaica. The Meteorological Service of Jamaica says there is a tropical storm watch now in effect for the country as the area of low pressure over the central Caribbean Sea has the potential to develop in a tropical cyclone as it becomes better organized. The Met Service added that as of 4 p.m., potential tropical cyclone number 15 was centered about 370 kilometers southeast of Mount Point, St. Thomas. The system is moving towards the west-northwest near 17 kilometers per hour, and this motion is expected to continue over the next several days, with a gradual turn to the west by Tuesday night, it said in a statement. Maximum sustained winds are near 65 kilometers per hour, with high gush strengthening its forecast during the next 48 hours, and the system is expected to become a tropical storm by last night and to be near hurricane intensity by Tuesday night, the Met Service continued. It added that disturbance in forecast to pass over the water south of Jamaica on Monday and south of the Cayman Islands on Tuesday before approaching Belize in Central America on Wednesday as a hurricane. During its passage off Jamaica's south coast, the system has the potential to produce locally heavy rainfall and strong gushy winds, primarily over eastern and southern parishes, starting as early as Monday morning, and residents should be on the alert for flash flood in flood-prone areas, the Met Service warned. It further advised fishermen on the quays and banks in Jamaica to exercise extreme caution and urged some craft operators to return to port as strong winds are expected to start happening from last night. Man accused of stealing held on police compound. A Clarendon man has been charged for burglary and larceny after he allegedly broke into a woman's house in Cartytown, Botnes Hill in Clarendon on Thursday, October 27. Charged is 20-year-old Rashid Hurd, otherwise called Cow, of Reckford, Clarendon. Reports are that about 3:58 a.m., a woman was at home sleeping in her bedroom when she woke and allegedly saw Hurd climbing through her window. She raised the alarm, but he escaped. It was later discovered that cash and a Samsung telephone were stolen from the house. The matter was reported to the police. On Saturday, October 29, the woman was at the Frankfield police station when she saw Hurd on the compound and pointed him out to the officers on duty. He was arrested and subsequently charged with the offenses. His court date is being arranged. St. James man in custody following firearm ammo seizure. A team of lawmen assigned to the St. James Police Division seized an illegal firearm and several rounds of ammunition in Unity Hall, St. James on Saturday, October 29. Reports from the Anjou police are that about 11:45 a.m., lawmen were in the area when a man was seen behaving in a manner that arose the suspicion of the cops. He was accosted and searched. One Smith & Wesson pistol with a magazine containing 9 rounds was found in his waistband. The man was taken into custody, however, his identity is being withheld pending further investigation. Prime Minister Anjou speaks more about house given to Jamaicans under the new social housing program.
We have a new feature to the program, which is that the beneficiary will sign a contract. We call it a social contract. It's just a simple document which outlines the duties and responsibilities of the beneficiary. Now, once we start to expand the number of houses, you're going to find that some beneficiaries may at the beginning be deserving of the house, but who knows, their circumstances may change down the road, and then they don't need the house anymore. And then suddenly they turn it into a shop. Or they migrate and rent it out. No, we don't want that. The benefit was not for that purpose. So there are some duties and responsibilities there for the maintenance of the house, that if you plan to expand on the house, you should let us know, because there is no way that a government house should be illegally expanded. Meaning that, if you're going to do any construction at all, you need to get approval from your parish council. And so we need to be advised beforehand so that we can help you to seek approval for any expansion on the house. And we don't want to put up a structure that then turns out to be a problem to the community, that it turns out to be a bar that operates all hours of the night and disturb the neighbors. No. So we have learned from experience that we have had before, right? Where we have given units over to beneficiaries, and they have used it to do all kinds of things other than for what purpose it was. So we are putting these now in a contract that will specify what your obligations and duties are in the house.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell